welcome to Stacy's Homestead, and today we're going to make gyros. Now, I have in the past watched several videos of the seasonings for different types of meat, and I just took everything, and that's what I do. I just take everything and put it together. So it's not like your authentic, probably, gyros, but it tastes good to me. So here we go. I'm going to bring it in and show you all the spices. Alright, so we're doing pork, and I have two packages of, like, I think it's probably about 5 pounds. So about 10 pounds of pork, and sometimes I use pork butt and bacon, but this time I only have pork shoulder, which that's just as fine, okay? And you want to cut this up thinly. So I'm going to do that after I get my marinade together. Alright, so I like a lot of garlic. So I put about 10 cloves of garlic in here, cut up and diced. I did that in my little machine I have. So that's ready. Now we're going to do an onion. And of course I have a horrible knife. I am notorious for using horrible knives. Alright, so we're just going to dice this up as best as I can. You want to probably do it small pieces, but you know, everyone has different cutting skills, so I'm not the best at it, you know. There we go. Just try to get it as small as you can. It's gonna cook down, so it's fine. And put it in with that garlic. Let's do this right here. Oh, see, when you have a horrible knife, your eyes start steaming. My eyes, here, I finally have a, I don't know why I just don't go looking for a better knife right away. See, there we go. Well, that's better. Ugh. I cut it fast so my eyes don't hurt. My eyes are burning. I can't stand cutting onions. Alright, let me take a step back here. Oh, my eyes. Alright. Can't find my measuring spoons. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I do it by hand. Okay, so let's do about a tablespoon or two, depending on how much you want, of thyme. Let's do 2 tablespoons, okay? We're going to do 2 tablespoons of everything. So that is my measurement of 2 tablespoons. We got 2 tablespoons of thyme. We've got, let's see, 2 tablespoons of oregano. I like oregano. We'll put a lot of oregano in there. 2 tablespoons of oregano. Let's get, let's do our dry spices first, okay? Let's do 1 tablespoon of parsley, dried parsley, about a tablespoon of dried parsley. And let's do some rosemary, 2 tablespoons of rosemary. I don't have 2 tablespoons left. I had some rosemary in my garden, but it died out in the summer heat for some reason. So I have about 1 tablespoon. You want 2, but I'm going to just have to deal with what I have. So let's take your mortar and pestle and grind that up as best you can. Okay? My mortar pestle is pretty small here. Let's add some salt to help us. We need it anyways. It'll help us grind it. So let's do about a tablespoon of salt to start off with. Okay. You don't want your meat too salty, you know. You can always add salt to it later. So about a tablespoon of salt. Let's grind it up in here. So Some people put marjoram. I'm not sure if I pronounce it, but I don't have any of that. So, okay, we're gonna toss this in here with those. It smells so good. Now we're going to add some cumin. Let's do all of our powdery stuff now. Do a little bit of powdery stuff. Okay. 2 tablespoons of cumin. Okay. You want a good amount. 2 tablespoons of cumin. We want cinnamon. 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And maybe about 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. Depending on if you like that flavor, you know. Let's do 1 tablespoon of black pepper. You can do peppercorn. I like it. It's easier just for me to already have it crushed. There we go. So, we've got our salt done. Let's do, even though we have garlic in here, I like to add a little bit of granulated garlic powder. I love the garlic taste. And even though we have onion, let's do onion powder. My onion powder clumps up. You know, the organic kind clumps up on you because they don't put any non-sticking agents. So we're going to put onion powder. Good amount of onion powder there. Just stir it all up. You know, this is like almost every spice under the sun. Every little seasoning under the sun almost, huh? I'm gonna take out some of these hard garlics that aren't breaking up here. There we go. Okay, so let's add a couple tablespoons of chili powder, or if you have a dehydrated chili, you know, you can put dried ones in there. 2 tablespoons, sorry. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. You can leave it out if you don't like that spice. Alright. And then we're going to put in paprika. Some people do sweet paprika. I like the smoked paprika. I love the taste of smoked paprika. So oh, it smells so good. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of that too. I'm trying to just eyeballing it, you know. Don't have to be precise. That's good. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna probably, just because I like to do it, and I don't find this in a lot of recipes, but I like to add a little bit of turmeric into it because I like the coloring it gives. So let's go ahead and add some turmeric. Alright, just a couple more spices. Let's go ahead and empty this out into our thing. Into our thingamajigger, our bowl here. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of turmeric. Turmeric, this is very healthy for you. So I have ground turmeric root in the curcumine is 5% on this one, so it's really healthy for you. Just put a little bit in there, give it some color. Now we're gonna do coriander. Coriander smells so good. We're gonna grind that up. Coriander is delicious. Let's grind this coriander up. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, use your grinder. It's okay. I like to do this though. It's very relaxing here. A little bit more. All right. So about 2 tablespoons of everything, give or take, you know? That's what I do. And it really does almost have every spice you can think of in here. Okay. Oh, and I like to add a little bit of chives. Just a little chives going. Just a sprinkle, schmeekle. A little bit of chives in there. Alrighty. So, alright, got this coriander ground up nicely. I'm gonna add that here. And that's all there is to that. Now we shall put a little bit of lemon juice in here. A little bit of lemon juice. I don't have fresh squeezed lemons, but we just want a little bit of acidity. Just toss it for a little bit first. Go ahead and toss all this together. Just a little bit, maybe half a cup. Half a cup. You don't need too much. All right. And then we're gonna put olive oil in. So let's drizzle olive oil. Good amount of olive oil in here. And this is the recipe I like. It tastes so delicious. It's so flavorful. Just wish I had a little more rosemary this time, but oh well. Use the spoon to stir that up in. Getting more olive oil. This is extra virgin California olive oil. It has a good taste. Let's see. Alright, this is a good rub here. A nice good rub. Probably a little bit more olive oil. And that is it. And now this is going to be our marinade, okay? You want to at least, the minimum time is marinade, at least 2 hours in your meat, preferably overnight, you know. So let's go ahead and cut our meat up and add it to it. I'm going to taste it. It tastes good by itself. You taste it, if it tastes good, that's good stuff. Probably, no, it doesn't. I was thinking it might need a little more salt, but you know what? You can always salt it afterwards. We got enough salt. All right. It smells very Greeky. So I use this cutting board for my vegetables only. So I'm gonna get my meat one out. I like to grease down my meat cutting board to help it make it easier to clean. So I like to put a little bit of olive oil on there. If the wood's dried out, it'll soak up the olive oil and not your meat stuff, right? So you can clean this a lot easier. And after I wash it out, I put olive oil on it again. Just a little bit. All right. So one clean hand, one dirty hand for handling things, usually, but I have to use two hands now. All right, so we're gonna try to thinly slice this up here. So we're gonna try to cut it on the bias. And if this was left a little bit more frozen, it would have been easier to cut, you know? Thinner. But I let it defrost all the way on accident. I usually try to leave it a tad frozen. It just gives it nicer, smoother cuts, and you can do it thinner. But that's okay. As long as you have a sharp knife, it's fine. We're just gonna cut it enough for it to go on skewers, you know? So I'm gonna cut all this up. And just like that. I'm left-handed, so it's hard for you to see how I cut things. But if it was a pork butt or pork shoulder, you would have longer strips. But I have only pork shoulder that I need to eat. So the strips are very short. All right, so we got our meat all chopped up. Let's roll that aside. I'll clean that up after I stir this, and let's cover our meat up in our marinade. Just get it all just smothered. I'm gonna use my hand because it's just easier. Smells really good. Get every single piece coated here. There's about 10 pounds of meat in here. Maybe 8. I think probably 8 pounds of meat. Alright, and get that just stirred up real nicely. Every surface coated, and set it. I'm going to set mine overnight. And put a cover over it and put it in the fridge overnight. Alrighty, so now we're going to make our tzatziki sauce. So you'll need some yogurt, cucumber, some salt, some garlic, olive oil, some dill, and vinegar. Alright, so let's get this. I got a cucumber from my garden. Nice little cucumber from my garden, and I'm going to peel it. I don't peel it all like perfectly, just peel it enough, and some people don't peel it. It's whatever you want. It just makes it more, to me, I like the peels off because it goes in the sauce better. The texture, I like the texture better. Alright, and so after you do that, we're going to grate it, okay? So let's take our cheese grater and we're gonna grate it up. So, and again, I'm left-handed and you won't be able to see me do it. Let's do it like this, sideways. My camera's on the wrong side. So, nice grated strips here. There we go. Keep on. Grate the whole cucumber. And eat what you can't grate. Alright, so we put your cucumber in a bowl. And now we're going to add just a bit of salt. Probably just like a pinch or just about a pinch of salt to it. Okay, and then we want to add some vinegar. Let me get the vinegar. And then you're going to add like a pinch of salt to it. And add some vinegar, about a tablespoon of vinegar. Okay, and then we're going to stir this up. And the salt's going to help the water leach out of the cucumber. So we're doing this to get the water out, as much of the water out as possible. How come I always get my hair and stuff? Anyways, so we're doing this to get as much of the water out as possible. Leach that water out, okay? And then we're gonna set it aside while we make the sauce. And I'll bring you in for that. Why does my chicken always have to lay an egg when I'm filming? I swear, she waits until she hears me and then she goes and lays an egg. There's only one right under my windowsill, and I have my window cracked open because I have a swamp cooler and you have to crack your windows. Alright, so let's get our yogurt in here. Alright, so here's my yogurt. It's about a cup and a half of yogurt in here. And it's my homemade yogurt. So I buy this online, and I mean, this will last me a year if I keep it fed and keep it going. So it's Bulgarian, and so it's not Greek, but it's still good, and that's what I'm using. So, and I got that in here, and then so we're going to add to the yogurt some garlic and olive oil, but we want the garlic to be smooth, so I'm going to blend it in this thing, which is stained yellow from turmeric. But I put 3 small cloves of garlic in here, or 1 large one, and I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in here. So let's drizzle the 3 tablespoons of olive oil in here. Alright. This olive oil has a really nice flavor to it. And then we're going to blend that up. Alright, so I got my garlic and olive oil blended up. And we're going to take it out and add it to our yogurt. Okay. Then we're gonna mix it up a bit. Let's add some salt and pepper. Just a little salt for now because we have salt on our cucumbers, and we want to taste it after we add these. So just a tiny bit of salt for now and some pepper. Where's my pepper? I'm losing the pepper. I'll probably put it back in the cupboard. Put it back in the cupboard. Alright, so put some pepper in. A little bit of pepper. Okay, now we're going to take our cucumbers and see, a lot of the moisture should be strained out of it by now. So we're going to put a paper towel right here. We're going to squeeze what we can with our hands. My hands are very, very clean. Put it on the paper towel. Get as much, you gotta get all that moisture out. You don't want any moisture. Put on a paper towel. And then we're going to, I'm going to go strain the rest of this out real fast. Okay, so we got as much as we can. And let's do it one more time. Put it in this strainer now. Get all that water out here. We're gonna press it through the strainer. And add it to the paper towel one more time. You want to keep your creamy texture, and the water won't do that. So. You can use a regular towel, cheesecloth, or whatever. I just have paper towels right handy, so I'm using them. Okay. Then you will add your cucumber into your yogurt mixture. I don't like to waste any piece. I try to get every single piece off. I don't want any piece wasted. Alright. That darn chicken has to lay an egg every time I make a video. I swear to goodness. Right under my window. And I have to leave it open for ventilation for my swamp cooler. So. Alright, so let's stir this in here. Stir it in good, and then we're going to add some vinegar, okay? Now we need dill, and I don't have fresh dill, so I'm putting in dry dill. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of dill. And then we need about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, okay? And that's what gives it its taste. And then taste it and see if we need any more salt or pepper. It needs more salt. Okay, that's it. Alright, so we have our meat here, and we're going to put them on skewers, because what we do, since we don't have a turnstile rotisserie thingamabob, we put them on skewers, and then we have a barrel barbecue, a huge barrel barbecue. And so let's say this is a barbecue. We sear them on one side on direct heat really fast. And then we put them off heat on the other side and slow cook them until they're really, really tender. And so that's what we'll be doing. So we're gonna load these up on skewers. It just makes it easier, you know? And there's no like right or wrong way to do it here. Sometimes you gotta loop it one way and the other, so it doesn't fall off on you when you're cooking it, you know? Running it through. It's very tender from the, so the lemon juice or vinegar. So I like to use lemon juice because I like the flavor, but vinegar is also used to tenderize. It's really good for helping the meat and fats get tender. It's like butter. It's like butter. So I'm gonna do all these, and then you don't need to watch me sit here and poking meat. So I'll do all these and then get back. All right, so it's all done and ready for the grill. I'm gonna let it marinate for a little bit longer, and then when it's all done, we'll come back and make a gyro. All right, so we're all done. Look at how beautiful these are. They look so delicious. Just got them off the barbecue, and now we're gonna build our gyro. So we're using already made pita bread, and you can make your own. I've done it plenty of times, but I just don't want to right now. So there's that. I put them on the barbecue to heat them up. They're nice and warm and toasty. I'm gonna just make a couple right at the moment. So we're gonna put tomato, lettuce, onion. You can put other things on, I'm sure, but that's what we put on. So I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna cut this up a little bit better because I want it to be more pieces here. Pop those up a little bit. There we go. Now we're gonna put it on our pita flatbread here. All right. Then my husband likes, so this is for my husband, we'll build his, he likes everything. So we got some tomato here for him, some onion, he likes the lettuce, and then we'll put the tzatziki, I don't know, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Put this on here. There you go. We'll put plenty of this sauce on. With the cucumber. There we go. All right. That's what it looks like. All done. And you wrap it up and take a bite. All right, before I let you go, good storage idea here. So, because I have a lot of meat left over, and unless we want to eat gyros every single day for a couple weeks, I have to do something with it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in individualized Ziploc baggies, enough for 3 people, because there's only 3 of us right now at a time. So, I figure basically 3 small handfuls, you know, a little handful per gyro. And so you can do that and then just take them out when you want to eat it. And also the tzatziki sauce, can be froze too. So you can freeze it in like individual baggies as well, or containers. And you'll be good to go. So that's what I'm gonna do. That way, we'll probably have some tomorrow, and then just freeze the rest for another day. And that way, all the hard work's done, and it's ready to go when you want a gyro. All right, y'all. So that's how I make my Greek gyros, and it's just really delicious. It's easy and simple and very healthy for you. So we'll just talk to you later. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe.